When one should not feel guilty is a topic that we are going to discuss today. And this is being extracted from 1.27 shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So let's quickly go to the shloka. So we're going to discuss on 1.26 and 27. Tatra pasyat stitan partha pitrin atha pitamahan acharya matulan bhratran putran pautran sakims tatha swashuran suhrudaschaiva senayor ubhayorapi. There, Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his friends, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers-in-law and well-wishers. Now, this is being explained, being conveyed by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra, what is being happening in the battlefield. Now, Sanjaya can see that as per the request of Arjuna, Sri Krishna drove the chariot and kept in the middle of the two armies, two parties. After that, Krishna said that, hey Parth, look at the Kuruvanshis. Everyone has come here. Look at them. So in this way, Sri Krishna shows what Arjuna wanted to see. Now, Arjuna sees. Pashya, he sees. Tatra Pashyat, now he sees. What he sees? He sees around 5 generations, including his level. Like he has grandfathers, he sees Bhishma Pitamaha and grandfathers in that level, and he sees fathers, Pitran, and teachers, Acharya, and Bratran, brothers, Putran, sons, Pautran, grandsons. So if you see, grandfather is one level, fathers is the second level, and his own level, brothers and all, and then his sons, and then his grandsons. Entire 5 levels, and including the friends, well-wishers, father-in-laws, uncles, acharyas, everyone. So including everyone, there are around 5 generations of people present, not just in front of him. Arjuna is looking around. He's present at the middle of the armies, the both armies, and he could see everyone around him. So it was an astonishing vision Arjuna had at that moment. And what is a consequence of this vision he had is what we are going to discuss now. Till now, we have seen around 25 shlokas in the first chapter. The first 25 shlokas or the verses that we have seen comes under the section of observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And the next upcoming 20 shlokas from 25 to 45, which we are going to see now and from tomorrow, is a part of Arjuna's Vishada Yoga. Now, we'll be seeing how Arjuna moves towards that state of confusion or anxiousness. Okay. Now let's move to 1.27 verse. Tan samikshasya kaunteya sarvan bandhun avastitan kripaya paraya visto vishidan idam abhravet. When the son of Kunti, Kaunteya, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. So after looking at them, different grades of friends and relatives, Kaunteya, son of Kunti, Arjuna, became overwhelmed with compassion. And with that overwhelmed compassion, he was about to speak something. That is for the next verse. Now, from this shloka, we can understand that Arjuna's perception when he saw all his relatives, his friends of different grades, then he uh, became uh, overwhelmed with compassion. Now, how is that? We will see. So whenever we have, uh, I'll just give you an example, and then we can discuss more. So, for example, there is a policeman, and when he brought the criminal right to the jail, he worked hard, he struggled hard, and then he brought the criminal. And when he brought the criminal, and he was proven that he did a big crime, and grievous crime. So he needs punishment, and he was taken to a jail, and he was kept alone in a dark room where he can't even move, he can't eat anything, and he can't do anything, and he's going to suffer a lot from now. After looking at the position of the criminal, the policeman who brought him to the jail, he was feeling compassion. He was feeling a little bit sad because the criminal is going to suffer. Now, there's no point in being compassionate to a criminal. There's no meaning in being guilty that, Array, he's going to suffer now. Why? Because this is the consequence of his action, his bad action. And the policeman, being as a police, doing his duty, should not be more compassionate to the criminal, even though he did a crime, but still he's going to suffer. And as a matter of humanity, he might be feeling more compassion. Or you may take another situation where he's going to be punished more strictly. Then he might be feeling compassionate rather than just keeping in a dark room. Now, there's another example where there's a court and there's a judge, and when he's every day, as usual, he's taking cases, and he's deciding, and he's analyzing, and he's giving that response as per the case. And suddenly one day, unknowingly, he will observe his own son in front of him as a victim, as a criminal. And when that comes in front of him in his life, then whether he has to decide to punish his son as a criminal, or he should save his son as he is his son. So among these two, he has to decide. But if he becomes compassionate to his child, his own child, then he may not do his duty properly. The same thing is happening with Arjuna as well. Now, Arjuna is looking at all his friends, relatives in front of him. He is just looking with his eyes, as we discussed before, not with the knowledge, but just with eyes, just with what he feels when he is looking at everyone in front of him. Now, when he is looking at them, he started feeling compassion, or he's feeling uh, sad about them. Why sad? Or he's feeling guilty about himself. Why? Because he is going to kill all of them. They are going to die now. And they are his own friends, relatives, and brothers, and all we have discussed, right? Just like the court judge, if he is going to kill his own son by his verdict, then will he be falsely, will he be strongly determined in his announcement or the result of the case? Probably no. If he is strong enough, then he would be, but maybe he could be inclined towards his son, and he could give the fake verdict, wrong verdict, that his son is not the criminal. That could happen just to save his son. So similarly, even Arjuna got confused whether to save his relatives, or to save dharma, or to follow his duty as a kshatriya, or to follow his duty as the as one of his relatives, one of their relatives, one of the brother, to save my brother, or to kill my brother as a kshatriya. So which one to follow? Arjuna will become confused. Now, because of this false compassion. This is not a true compassion. I'll tell you why. He's feeling guilty that he's going to do some mistake. So what is this guilt? Guilt means you'll be feeling bad, or you'll be feeling sad because of your mistakes, or because of your bad actions. For example, if you might have shouted at your sister, or at your brother, or at your mother suddenly because of some a hot moment, but after some time you realize that you hurt them, and you felt that it is my mistake, but still I shouted at them, and because of that you feel a little bit sad. Oh, I shouldn't have done like this, because they're feeling sad now, they're crying because of me. Let me go and say sorry, let me apologize. You might be doing something. Now that is what is called guilt. When you're feeling sad because of your bad actions, that is called guilt. Now that is okay, because when you are feeling sad because of your bad actions, that means that you need to move from doing bad actions, or move from bad to doing good, or trying to correct, trying to recognize what you have done as a mistake, and that is good for you. But not always the guilt that we feel is good for us. I'll tell you why. What actually is Arjuna thinking? Arjuna is thinking right now that my greed is cause of this war. What greed? Arjuna is thinking that I am greedy about my kingdom. I want my kingdom. I want to be the king. Because of that, Arjuna Arjuna is feeling that because of that greediness that I have towards my kingdom, I'm going to kill all of them who are in front of me. That is the one pulling point Arjuna has. The other pulling point is that being a Kshatriya, he has to fight, kill everyone. That is it. So this one, because of seeing all his 5 generations of relatives, he started feeling compassionate, feeling guilty that am I going to do a mistake? Am I going to kill all of them unnecessarily because of my greed? All these things started popping up in his mind. Now, let us try to understand this a bit more, and then we'll come to Arjuna's case. Okay, so there are two members. So one is you, the other is your friend. So now your friend is doing something bad. For example, he's drinking alcohol, just for an example. Because of that, he started drinking daily, and it became an addiction. And because of that, in near future, he's going to face bad consequences of his bad actions, right? His health is going to get disturbed, and he's going to have a problem with his relation with his family members. And when he becomes a responsible person, then he can't take responsibilities because of that addiction he has. He could get financial issues, mental issues, health issues. So many issues could happen because of his addiction, because of his bad actions right now. Now you being his friend, your friend, now you being his friend, you can do two things. One is allowing your friend. You don't stop him. Let him take alcohol. Second one, you stop him. You don't want him to take alcohol. Now, generally what happens is people don't stop. Why? Why don't we stop others? Because uh, when you stop your friend from taking alcohol, when you force your friend from not doing something bad, what actually happens is that your friend, because he's an addict, he cannot control himself. He would say that, why are you doing like this, man? I thought you are my friend. I thought you will be helping me. I thought we can enjoy together. Then you feel hurt. You feel that, okay, am I hurting my friend? Am I disturbing my friend? And you feel guilty that I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't stop him, because he's feeling bad because of my behavior. So now this is false guilt, which means misplaced guilt. Okay, so he is doing his mistake, but actually guilt implies that when you are doing a mistake, then you will feel bad. Now, when others are doing mistake, others are doing something bad, and because you love them, so you are not able to stop them from doing bad. You can't say no to them. No, don't do this, man. You're going to ruin your life. You can't say that because you love him so much. That's why you are allowing him. You are feeling the guilty that I may hurt him. So let me not do that. You are understanding me? Just like Arjuna is not ready to kill all his friends, relatives, family members. Why? Because he loves them. He has a connection with them. Are you ready to hurt your family members, even though they do something grievous, something really powerful and dangerous to the society? We are not ready to harm our friends or relatives when they do something bad. Even when they do something bad, we are going to protect them because we love them. So that's why your friend is doing something bad, but we are not doing anything because you love him. You feel you feel like stopping him, but you can't stop him because you love him. So you feel, Array, I should let him go because he wants to enjoy in his life. So let him do. Otherwise, I'll feel sad. I'll feel guilty because I can't miss my friend. He will not talk to me if I stop him. So that's why let me leave him. You don't stop him. But in actuality, what you have to do is you have to stop him. If you really love him, if you really feel that you want something good to happen to your friend, genuine love, genuine friendship, then you will stop him. You will tell him that you will show him what is the action, what is the result, what is the pain that you're going to get with that. When he understands it or when he tries to overcome it, then he will become a happy person and you'll be happy because your friend is happy. Now, because your friend said, I'll not talk to you, you're not helping me to enjoy, you're not supporting me, you're not my friend, I'll be away from you, all these things, if they are stopping you, if you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling sad because of all this behavior from your friend, then you are not genuinely loving them. Now, Arjuna, if he stops Kauravas, Duryodhana, and all the 100 members, he is going to create a lot of havoc, lot of problem in the society afterwards. You know how much Duryodhana has already done, so much adharma. So just like letting go of terrorists, Duryodhana is like a terrorist. You can't stop terrorists. You can't let go of terrorists just because he's your brother. So why did Arjuna do that? Because he loves him. He has a connection, attachment to you, not just his Kauravas, but also to Bhishma, Drona, and all the other uh, different grades of friends and relatives. These two are just examples. There are so many members. There are 11 Akshohini Sena. It's 11 Akshohini Sena. You can imagine lakhs and lakhs of people are there. And among them, Arjuna knows a lot of them. Even his friends, sons, grandsons, grandfather, father, and even his level, everyone is there. So it is really hard to kill all of them, even though you love them. So genuinely loving them means to stop them from doing bad things. So the lesson for today is that feel guilty for your mistakes and not for others' mistakes. Okay. So whenever others are doing mistakes, that to your loved ones, then if you genuinely love them, you have to stop them. You have to take care of them in a true sense. Stop them. If you are having an alcohol addiction, or if they are doing any sinful activity, if they are going to get hurt in future, your friend is going to get a lot of bad reaction, bad results. He's going to face a lot of pain in future. Just because he's your friend, just because you love him, that doesn't mean that you let go of whatever he wants, whatever he likes, let him do. That is not love. That's fake love. You are thinking about yourself. You just want to be with your friend. That is wrong. It is not important to be with your friend. It is more important to have a friend who is happy, whether he's with you or without you. You understand? So that false guilt that, okay, my friend is doing a mistake. So you shouldn't be sad because your friend is doing mistake and you let go of him. You should be sad when you are doing your own mistakes. For example, this fellow, this red fellow, he should be guilty that he's doing some mistake, some bad thing. Let me overcome this. Let me overcome this. But you are here, you are encouraging him to do, okay, go and drink. You are not a genuine friend. So similarly, Arjuna, if he genuinely loves Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kauravas, and all the 5 generations uh, whom he's looking at, then he will kill all of them, because if he doesn't stop them, then they are going to do all the bad stuff. They're going to increase all the pain that they are going to get in future. So that is why this false guilt, false compassion is very, very dangerous. Feel guilty for your mistakes. Don't feel sad for others' mistakes. Don't feel guilty for others' mistakes. This is the lesson that we can learn from today. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.